we put the scale onto a post here, and we tied it near where the balance beam is, so we're accurately reading the mass in air. So I come over here a little bit and adjust it. And I've got roughly 346.8, which is the data you saw on the board. So now, once I have that, I can go to part 2 and put it into water. So you notice I have this jump jack here. That lets me raise it to the appropriate height. You can also use blocks. And I simply lift this up, put it into the water, and I know because of where it's hanging, it's totally in my water. You can see it. And obviously the scale says it's now too heavy, so I have to backtrack until I get to about 316 point. Oh, this time it's a little bit off. It's about 316.2. I did it before I wrote it, so it's a little slightly off. But what we see is that in water, it read lighter. Okay, now the next part would be to do the same thing in alcohol. And if I were doing it for real and be careful, I would dry the water off before I immersed it into the alcohol. So put the water aside. I have a little beaker of alcohol here I can use. Make sure I have enough alcohol in it. The reason you want to dry it off is there's a little bit of water in here and it will mess up your alcohol mix. But I want to make sure it's totally submerged and free-floating. And as you can see, it's slightly different. It moved a little bit. Almost. And so in alcohol, I had roughly 310.8. I mean 320. I'm sorry, I misread it. In the alcohol, I would have 320.8. Yeah. No. Yeah. Do this. Okay. 20. Okay, so I've got 319.8. So that's a revision on what I wrote on the board before, but hey, nobody's perfect. It'll be corrected in the data sheet. So we would expect that my number would go up a little bit. Okay. Last thing is we want to do the cork. So we need the cork and air, and we need to remove the sinker. And we've got to mask the cork. So we've got roughly 4.7. Then we want to hang the sinker here. And we've got a total of okay, we've got roughly 319.8. And I had 319.7 when I did it the first time through. And then what I'm going to do is remove it from the water and take the cork and take my trusty rubber band and attach it. The rubber band has a mass of less than 1 gram. I'm not going to worry about it, but it's quick compared to very thin string. And that's why I use very dense sinkers. Okay then, the sinker's in the water, the cork's in the water, everything's in the water. And now I need to figure out what the new mass is. And it's roughly 299.3 or 300, depending on which version I happen to use. And what you're going to do then is parts 3 and 5 are done. Part 4, you're going to need to do one other sample in alcohol. Parts 1 and 2, you do all 5 samples. Thank you.